Hello and welcome to a call new video, and today we are going to be talking about what if I was Sans, or more specifically, how to kill a time-traveling child. And yes, I did not in fact have a blue jacket. So firstly we gotta establish the scenario, Navarre. And we gotta pick and choose what Sans we want. Do we want the canon Sans? Because if we take the canon Sans, we don't know. we have no idea what Sans that is. So I think it's a lot more interesting to take the other Sanses. The HTKT Sans, also known as the How to Kill a Time Traveler Sans. If you haven't seen that video, it's really good, but basically the theory goes as follows. Sans and Papyrus were actually sent to destroy the anomaly. The anomaly being Flowey, of course. Before the Frisk falls down, Flowey is the anomaly. There's also the anomaly that Sans talks about during the genocide run, because you can get that dialogue without ever dying, and on your first run. So, you know, you basically what he's talking about is Flowey, even though he thinks it's entirely Frisk. And the theory states that Sans and Papyrus both play a role in trying to, kill the time traveler, or at least get rid of the anomaly. And it's a pretty good theory, and we're gonna go with it because canon doesn't tell us anything and it's up to the interpretation, and if I do a, wrong interpretation, everyone's gonna scream at me and kick me in my balls. And frankly, I much too appreciate in my balls for them to be kicked by a bunch of fucking children in my comment section. So yeah, we're not doing this one. So this is basically, how would I kill a time traveler? Now, since I don't have a brother, Papyrus is unfortunately out of here. So, if I were to be sent, I would be sent on a lonely mission. They call me Kind Solo is what they call me. Now, how the hell do I do literally anything? Well, if we go under the assumption that I have absolutely no idea who the anomaly is, then I am fucked. See, I don't have the physical prowess that Sans has, or Papyrus if we go by popular fan theories. See, I am just kind of a lad. A lad with a big fucking stick, but a lad nonetheless. And I'm not a monster, meaning that I can only attack physically while having to fight monsters in the soul battle thingy. Basically, I'm adult Frisk, but without the saving and loading powers because I'm sent to stop them. Why would I have them? And so basically, I would have to do everything Frisk does, but without reloading. And that's not happening. That's just not happening. So, if we go under the assumption that I do in fact not have the knowledge of the things I do from real life, I immediately die. See, I still wouldn't give up any of the goddamn information that I'm sent specifically to deal with the anomaly. That shit would not be happening. However, I wouldn't be able to do literally anything at any point because I'd fucking die. I do not have the physical prowess to even begin trying anything out. However, here's the more interesting one. If I in fact have the knowledge that I do at this current moment, then things are gonna get interesting. See, I am still not very good at fighting the monsters. However, now that I know who the anomaly is, and that if a certain amount of time passes, another anomaly will fall down, then I can actually do stuff. Now, I'm just gonna go under the assumption that Sans and Papyrus kind of arrived in Snowdon, let's say 2 years before the start of the game. So I would have 2 years of dealing with Flowey. And of course, I wouldn't be able to stop all of the goddamn murder that Flowey would do. However, I don't think Flowey would be as interested in me, because I know it's the fucking flower, and I know if I just let it be, it's eventually going to have, its thing taken over. I don't need to reveal myself to the flower. I need to be inconspicuous to the flower. Of course, there will be a lot of suffering. However, after the 2 years are done, the human falls. Now, I would also go ahead and meet up with Toriel. She would also make me do the promise. I would have no intention of keeping it. I'm a bit of a bitch, unlike Sans. See, I don't know what Frisk chooses to do this run. I don't know if whether or not it's a neutral run, it's a goddamn genocide run, or anything in between. So I'm gonna go ahead and play my cards right. I'm gonna do the exact same goddamn things as Sans does at the beginning of the goddamn run. And this is also where I would find out on which run I am. Because if it's the first one, there would be like no telling that they know who I am. However, if it is in fact not the first run, they always do a bit of a fucking mistake. See, if it's not the first run and Sans does the introduction, Frisk turns around without Sans speaking. meaning that Sans immediately knows that this isn't the first time. I would use the exact same strategy because it fucking works. So basically, now we have two possibilities. It's the first run. Now I need to figure out what is going on. Now there can be three things the player is currently doing: pacifist, genocide, or neutral. This one's the most terrifying. I mean, who the fuck plays neutral on the first go? So if this were the case, I'd be slightly concerned as to what they're trying to do. And fun fact, at this point, Flowey probably knows that something's up with me as well. Because even though I wasn't noticed in 2 years, because I've not been doing literally anything, I feel as though as soon as I start interacting with the funny guy, then suddenly I'm gonna become an interest. So now I got the funny F guy on my ass. If it's pacifist, literally I don't do anything. Like, if it is completely pacifist and it's doing a pacifist run, I just play along. Like, I don't need to do nothing. I don't need to do nothing. Like, the monsters are gonna get to the goddamn surface, everything's gonna be fine, I'm gonna go to the surface and probably, like, leave to the side and go back to my goddamn thing. If it's that one, that's gonna be a little unfortunate. See, once more, I don't got that shit in me. However, now there's a human, and humans do physical attacks, and I do physical attacks. Human, mono a mono. I'm an adult, that's a child. I have a stick. That child... What's the weapon you have when you come out of the rules? I don't got them, no. But I feel like my stick and my arm and my goddamn fucking leg has a better reach than that 10-year-old child. So I'm gonna go ahead and fucking murder him. I'm gonna wallop him. A brawl is truly brewing. Now go! That child has absolutely no goddamn chance. Immediately. Cause like, that child isn't even level 19. I'm gonna beat that child. And then I'm gonna get beaten sooner rather than later. Because like... I'm gonna be completely honest. If that shit is on genocide, I would attack immediately, because that's when I have the best chance. But considering it is Frisk, it's probably not gonna be enough. See, this weird, depressed old fucking child, for some reason has the determination of 1,000 suns, and so I can't do nothing against it. Eventually, that child is gonna get me in some way. Like, give me 1,000 wins. But I'm dead. Okay, if it's the first run and genocide, I die in Snowden. After 1,000 like wins. Like, but still I die. I wouldn't survive. And I only attack because I'm solo. I need to do literally anything. I don't got the prowess. I don't got nothing. I'm solo. I need to do shit. Neutral one changes drastically based on literally everything. Like, who do you kill? I don't know about you, man. But I know that as long as it's a neutral run, there is no chance of this being permanent. Because if you're a god that has, you know, everything about time, why would you go and do a neutral run and that beat your last? Like, that don't make no sense to me. On a neutral run, it's probably gonna be fine. However, because it's a neutral run, it's most definitely not going to be the last, which is why the Flowey thing matters here, because on a second reset, Flowey would be interested in why the fuck I'm suddenly a goddamn main character. And now, to the +1, where potentially this isn't the first run. We still got pacifist, we still got genocide, we still got neutral. Now, if I saw him commit a neutral run, after +1, I'd be concerned. Cause like, who does a neutral run as their second run? Absolutely fucking nobody. So, what I would take from that is that, in fact, that neutral run isn't the second run, it's probably also not the third. It's probably, like, very much in the future, and this motherfucker has seen literally everything. And there's probably a true reset in there somewhere. If you don't know, after neutral you get a reset, which is just a normal reset. After pacifist you get a true reset, which also resets Flowey. And after genocide you destroy the entire world. And it then gets recreated by Chara. So, if I see him do a neutral run, I know the world was probably destroyed at some point, Chara has made this one again, and we have fucked. If I see him do a pacifist run as a +1, I would feel like, oh no, the world's fucking destroyed. Because doing pacifist as +1, I'd be like, oh, yeah, the world's dead. Oh, there's a Chara's world now. Basically, on the +1 timeline, I'd be fucked. Like, genuinely fucked. I wouldn't know what to do. Because, Jesus, it's already over. The fucking thing has reset after a run. Or at least, after meeting me, it reset. The world's probably doomed in this one. The world is doomed in this one because, again, they probably played pacifist before. And the world is already completely and utterly fucked over in this one. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I tried to fucking murder him. Like, this bro goes pacifist throughout the entire game. I'd do a fucking fight with him at the end. In Judgment Hall, I'd be like, hey buddy, I'm gonna fucking kill you now. And then I would do it. 20 fucking HP my ass. Your ass is not doing that shit to me! Because pacifist as a +1 is most likely the genocide route has already been done and this world is probably fucking destroyed. So I'm gonna kick the shit out of him. Because fun fact, you probably don't want to live in the world made by Chara. It's probably not good for you. This is me trying to get them to do genocide again so the world's destroyed so we don't have to live with Chara being the influence in the fucking world. On a neutral run, I'd be like, I'd leave, I think. If I saw a neutral run as a +1, all of my hope would be gone. Because at that point, they want to see everything. They are Flowey. They are Flowey part fucking 2. And you know, I avoided Flowey, and I specifically decided not to avoid Frisk. So if Frisk is Flowey 2.0, I'll just give up. Like, I'd go home, I'd sit down and not leave. Because at that point, I already know I fucked it up. Because the only chance to not fuck it up is if this fucking happens. That's the only way. Because as soon as that happens, Flowey knows who I am, and then even if they reset to do a pacifist run, Flowey would attack me. What the fuck? And chances are, if they do pacifist again, this is not their second run after doing a neutral run, so I would, yeah, still attack. If they somehow wear me down and then spare me, sure, go ahead, destroy our goddamn world. If I make him fucking quit, that's my W. Basically, the end goal is hope that this one happens, and if it doesn't, fucking die, I don't know. The best possible outcome is right here. The second best outcome is for after my attack, for them to give up. Because fun fact, all roads kind of lead to this. Yeah, I feel like this is an accurate representation of how fucked anyone in this world that isn't Frisk is. We are fucked. You can't win. That's the whole point. In the grand scheme of things, you can't win. Sure, you can see the best outcome, but that's gonna get ripped away from you at any fucking moment because, you know, fucking bitch. If Flowey knows that I exist, it's time to give up. Because even if they reset, it's not a true reset because it's after neutral. And so they want to go. If they want to do pacifist, I'd gladly get fucking killed by Flowey and wouldn't be able to even do anything with the player. If I don't get killed by Flowey, I know it's after a true reset. That means it's probably after genocide, meaning that I need to attack now. And all of this leads to just giving up. If it's a neutral run, I need to give up. If it's a genocide run, why even give them the satisfaction of killing me again? They're gonna destroy the entire world anyway. What's the fucking point? As soon as I die in the ruins in the first genocide run, I need to also give up because at that point it's fucking over for me. Yeah, it's over. You can't do literally anything. So yeah, I hope you understand how absolutely unwinnable Sansa's situation is. Because clearly you can't win anywhere. There is no victory condition that isn't completely reliant on the human. Because the human has absolute control, you can't kill a time traveler if the condition of time traveling is death. And with that, my fit goes absolutely goddamn hard! Mostly because it's the Sans costume, but I did not have a blue jacket. And with that, we cue the clown.